and you will find it's left to the local governments. So as a member of parliament, how will you ensure the value for money in government projects?
One of the roles of a member of parliament is to supervise, to oversee that government programs are running on as they were supposed to be. I would love to say that many of our members of parliament have not done that. So what I am going to do is simply do my job. Come down to the people, come down to the sub-counties, to the county levels, even to the people, to find out, one, have they received what they were supposed to receive, and to what amount? Today Peterson was talking about women receiving PDM and only receiving 30% of the money they are supposed to receive, of 1 million. If you go down to the people, they are complaining that out of 1 million, they are told to pay the officials 200,000, 300,000, and they receive 700, 800, even 500. I am going to come back to the people, be present with them. As soon as government programs are set off to be implemented, give them time, follow up, how have they received? But then also, there's an aspect of corruption in there. I am going to be vocal about it, even practicable about it. When you find officials who have been corrupt, do something about it. Be vocal about it as a member of parliament.
Thank you. Honorable Anne. How will you publicly report on government performance affecting Soroti? How will you publicly report on government performance affecting Soroti without politicizing the service delivery? As we know, in most cases, you, the members of parliament, have actually faced the problem of politics. We have seen it in several occasions. The LC5 chairman is from the ruling National Resistance Movement, and you, the member of parliament, you are from the opposition, the Forum for Democratic Change. So in most cases, that controversy on the political interest, how will you be able to deal with it?
Thank you very much. So, based on my experience, one of my qualities as a leader that I've built over time is my capacity to tolerate and to be as neutral as possible, to have a neutral perspective on things. My work as a member of parliament and executing my role and duties as a member of parliament does not in any way, my political shade are not in any way in conflict with each other. I can hold government accountable by simply doing so. Just the same way NRM colleagues will hold government accountable is the exact same way that I will. If there is corruption, you call it corruption. You don't call it by any other name. It's not about political shade, but having an honest and unbiased perspective and capacity to deliver on your duties and your roles and responsibilities as a member of parliament. Yes.
Will you do as a member of parliament? I'm giving each one of you at least 2 minutes.
Violence is a human rights issue, and Uganda subscribes to all human rights laws, both international treaties, and therefore Uganda is bound by those treaties and those laws to observe human rights. First, as a member of parliament, my first role is to be vocal, to represent the people who have been violently abused. To be vocal, talk about who did it, how did it happen. Report to the rightful places and follow them up and see that the people get justice. Because domestic violence generally, if we keep living in a society that violence is allowed, today it's me, tomorrow it will be you. You better have somewhere to report and you can be heard and justice be awarded to you. Secondly, we also sensitize our people, the people that are being violently treated, to know that this is violence, 1. 2, not to shy away from reporting who violently abused them. 3, what to do at the time when the abuse is going on. Because sometimes your person is beaten and you truly see he's bruised up, they bleed. You report the matter, but you cannot prove participation of the accused. So right now we are living in a digital world. We need to sensitize our people that when you see someone violently treated, get something for evidence, so that when we follow it up, we can get justice. As a member of parliament, sensitization, following up on these matters, being vocal, I think is the best way to help in such situations. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to remind the members in the House, especially the adjacent table, that we are in a debate. I'm saying this because I don't want to take the hard decision. What about the marginalized people who cannot speak? Honorable Anne, what role will you take in this scenario as a member of parliament?
Thank you. First of all, I would like to publicly decry the militarization of our political spaces as a country. The repression that the security and military forces are exerting on the population is very, very, very painful. In the recent past, there has not been a by-election that has been successfully organized and handled without violence. And the perpetrators of the violence are state actors, quite honestly speaking. I am a political activist. I will not sugarcoat this in any way. Our structures of government, by experience, have not been able to offer appropriate solutions so far. Of course, one would speak that the enforcer of the law is the judicial arm of government. So, for human rights violations at the hand of the state, at the hand of the military forces. We have the Uganda Human Rights Commission. We have the courts of law through which people can get redress. However, speaking and recognizing their existence does not mean that I place my faith in their capacity to deliver unbiased judgments and justice for victims of abuse.
Thank you. Justice is the key here, and it has been mentioned, and we shall continue as the media fraternity to continue calling for justice, because we know where we are heading to. For the Honorable Anne, what is the question?
My question would be as regards to accountability, which I would say has been gladly deliberated through the debate. So basically it was asked during the debate. I see no need to repeat it.
Very good. That is a sign of the coexistence we need in the debate. Honorable Anne?
Okay.
I see you smiling. As if it's an opportunity for you to pull a catapult.
Well, my question to Ms. Joan Rose-Egabu is I'd just like to appreciate your courage in offering yourself to run for Member of Parliament. It's not an easy task. And I wish you well in your endeavors in life and on all your journeys ahead.
That means there is no question. Ladies and gentlemen, I have not received. I had asked. You had an opportunity to ask for the papers. I said it, and I will follow the guidelines and cooperate. I said it, and then we wake up. It does not move anti-clockwise. I will move on. I have only received one paper here, and I will read the questions. We have a committee that screens the questions. You give to that lady, to Grace. She will screen them and deliver to on the number of MPs and the amount of money they earn monthly. Yet government service delivery is poor, especially health. Is 13.7%. I don't know whether in Soroti and service standards for sexual and reproductive health and rights 2017 make reference to persons with disability. Good boy from Ochokichan sub-county, a political activist as well as a development practitioner. I would love to ask Honorable Ebaju-Egabu, the current challenge overall in the current economy in Uganda is majorly income inequality. Which legislation aspects would you advocate to at least minimize such challenges when you are given a mandate?
Yes, I did. It reads, what is my stance on the national policy guidelines for sexual reproductive health of persons with disabilities, 2017. So I think the question has particular reference to guidelines that I do not know the content of, but I know the legislation. Issues of policy are usually issues of ministries and government departments, but I know that legislation touching the welfare of persons with disabilities. I have previously been engaged with NUDIPU, National Union for Persons with Disabilities, and personally, from my engagement with them and people with special needs under the same umbrella, for sexual reproductive health, their main concerns are about access to sexual reproductive health rights, equal enjoyment to the same, being that they are a vulnerable group of society. So for instance, if a health center has a maternity ward, then the delivery bed should take into consideration women with disabilities, so that they are also able to, access the delivery bed, because many times the delivery beds do not favor women with disabilities. Nurses have to carry them and put them on top. So access to such amenities is probably what all this legislation encompasses, and which I'm very aware of and in great support of. I think the author of that question, and I'd like to inform you, you're probably very ill-informed. You need to do more research. I served for 5 years as a member of parliament, and I'm serving for 5 years now as a member of parliament for youth, and now I'm serving as a district woman representative. So that in no way adds up to 15. Try to do some research, or better yet, get better.
It was very clear in the profile.
You need to do math better.
Honorable John. Yes.
Thank you. My first question was, what is my take on the number of MPs in Parliament and their pay? I would like to say that for me, the issue is not as to the numbers of members of Parliament, because even with the big numbers that I know you are insinuating, we still don't feel them effective when it comes to their roles, as to many of them. So it's not about the numbers. I think it comes to the pay. Many people in Uganda have viewed Parliament as a place to get rich, and therefore have aspired for parliamentary positions to get rich. And therefore, those that have a say, the legislators in Parliament, gang up together to bargain for a pay that gets them a lot of money. So I think it's as to the pay, not as to the numbers. Because when it comes to the numbers, I think we still need them. Because much as we have divided Soroti district, for example, 12 sub-counties, 3 counties, plus a woman member of parliament, we are having 4 members of parliament. I think this is to help decentralize, this is to help them interact more with their roles and with the people that voted them into power. I ran for the district member of parliament position, and it has caused me to move all over the district. I can tell you it's a challenge. Now, if moving around all over the district is a challenge, what about effectively serving them? It's another bigger challenge. So I don't have a problem with the numbers, I have a problem with the pay. Question 2.
So would you love the salary increment or anyway?
No. I think it should be decreased. The decrement is important. Yes, because if you're having large numbers, then you're paying them way. I think that affects Uganda and our budgeting and where we are placing resources and prioritizing. My second question was asked to what legislation aspect can we use to manage income inequality? I agree with the person that asked this question, that Uganda's main problem is income inequality. And I can tell you, one of the biggest things that we should do, the legislation should look at, should go around the taxes. That we are, the taxes and the transfers. Recently, I think last year, there was a discussion in Parliament where we were giving tax-free holidays. Tax holidays, right? To rich companies, rather. And I heard, I think, Honorable Walu was very vocal on it. These are companies that have run years operating their business, have not even, just because they were getting a little insolvent, government came in and gave them such a whole big tax holiday. I think that is where our problem is. So we should revisit the laws on taxes and transfers. We should also revisit the laws on labor and the regulations that are happening there and that are being used. We should be able, as a country, or Parliament should be able to pass a maximum or minimum standard of wage to be given to a worker. Right now, Uganda is going industrial. So many industries, and the current government is bragging about them. I'm proud of them too. The many industries that are being built in Uganda, it's good. Many youth employed in these industries. But is anybody asking how much they earn? I once had an opportunity to talk to someone that was working for a company I will not mention, but a very known company in Uganda making hair products, and the person told me they earn 3,000 Ugandan shillings. They are living in Kampala. 3,000 is not even enough to provide for your food and transport at the same time. So I think the income inequality issue is that Uganda has not paid attention to setting a standard on a minimum wage. Uganda has also not been fair enough while giving tax holidays, because they are giving these tax holidays depending on who knows you, who is the owner of the company, and that is the bitter truth. Uganda should also go ahead and look at social welfare programs that should be able to look into the workers, those in labor, those working in Uganda, and see those standards of life equating to the regulations that are set for social welfare. So I think when Uganda does that, we'll be able to legislate and get good
Thank you.
rules based on that.
Thank you very much. I hope you have rightfully responded to that person. And if the leaders have that in their mind, they will always do things in the interest of the people. Because we called you here, and you have come, you have responded. What words can we else say to greet you? We will say that you are right leaders, and so should be for the people to decide. We also call for peace during this election, that we refrain from the violence, and as the media fraternity, we have our eyes on you. We have our eyes on every step as far as this issue is concerned, and we are equally prepared to give the proper feedbacks to the public as far as we work together with the media fraternity. I want Peterson to take us to the conclusion of this debate, but from my heart, I would say that you are the right candidates for Soroti. We do not have a platform to rate you, but this is the platform. Because we know you've demonstrated being here for the people, and you will equally not miss the debates in Parliament for the interest of your people. Because if you have demonstrated, this is just a demonstration, you will make it in the August House. And we wish you the very best, and may God bless you.
Because if you make statements again against your colleague, it will require again the other person to respond. But the closing remarks, the intention is that to give you an opportunity and to again relay your ideas to the people, why they should vote you, and if there are those other key issues that they really address.
A very big thank you to the organizers of this debate. Thank you to the participants, Honorable Anna Deke, for showing up, for giving your views, for representing. Thank you to those that came through, those who are listening out there. Thank you to the Almighty God for an opportunity such as this one. To the voters of Soroti District, I would like to reassure you that Ebaju-Egabu is the best candidate for women in the Soroti District. Ebaju-Egabu brings loyalty. Ebaju-Egabu brings presence to you. You are going to have a more closer leader than you have ever seen. Leadership is given. Leaders are chosen by God, they say. But you have a role to play in choosing a leader for yourselves. I call upon all the voters of Soroti District that you will listen to us, you've heard us, and I know that you still stick with me. We will move this journey. See you on 15th. Cast your vote in the ballot paper. Ebaju-Egabu is number 3, and her symbol is a clock. Go bold, cast your vote, the numbers will tell. I love you so much, and I pledge to represent you. I pledge to be accountable to you. I pledge to be transparent to you, to do what a leader should. This is one that you are going to see and you'll appreciate forever. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. I'm very grateful to God for this opportunity. It's one of a kind. I've never had it before. I'm grateful to Techos, the brain behind this. My presence here is basically to honor you and honor your work, and thank you for giving me a platform to speak to Soroti District. I'd like to thank all the media houses present, the live broadcast. I've been live on the TikTok broadcast. I was also watching. Thank you for promotions. Thank you to all the viewers far and wide, within Soroti District, within Uganda, around the globe. Thank you very much for your keen interest on issues affecting Soroti District. I'm so grateful to have walked this journey with you, and by the grace of God, on 15th, we shall be renewing our mandate to walk another journey together. A journey that will be filled with so much success, achievements, abundance, and God's grace and blessings in our journey of leadership in Soroti District. I'm grateful to my core team. Thank you for showing up for me. Thank you, all the viewers. Thank you, my fellow contestants. And lastly, I commiserate with all those who have lost their loved ones. I'm aware that a candidate is absent because someone passed away. May her soul rest in peace. May God bless you all. Thank you very much for tuning in.
Thank you. I want to thank Rhino Camp Hotel. Thank you so much for the chairmanship. I also want to request all of you are here that yes, please come back again for Rhino Camp, have a drink, you have good meals as well. And our candidates please can also have meetings. You think about that one as well. I want to thank the Mayor of Soroti East who's been watching the debate here. Thank you so much. Paul O'Mell. And as the leader of FDC in Teso Assembly, the presidential envoy, thank you for bringing us the candidate. But I don't know what happened yesterday. We did bring one candidate yesterday. But thank you so much. And also thank you so much all the leaders who are watching online. And those of you that have been listening in, thank you so much. On Monday, we shall have Pengile counted. The next debate we shall have here on Monday.